Crystals. I'm Athina and I'm grateful that you're here with me today. In today's Pika Crystal, we are going to look at your current energy with the tarot cards. So I will be using this spread here to check up on your mind, your body, and your spirit. How they are currently now. What is the issue? Inquiring about each of them and the solution. So this will be a 9 card spread to look at your current energy and have a little checkup of sorts and what the solution is to make it better. And because in this reading the tarot cards itself will also be the thing that I will use as the solution to the issues about your mind, body, or spirit. There will be no oracle cards today. So today is basically just a tarot reading, no other things. But yeah, so we have the introduction. Now on to how you can choose your group or groups. If you are drawn to more than one, you can choose based on the color of the dice, the crystal that are in front of you. You can of course go to the timestamp in this that is in the description down below and look if there is a lucky number of you there or a number that you are seeing often. After I've introduced the groups, I will leave you for 1 minute so that you can meditate upon the groups. And after that 1 minute meditation, I will be putting on the Clairaudient selection, where I will be playing a different tune for each group. For those that like to choose based on a sound, a tone of the guitar, in my case, that I will be using. Of course, everything is timestamped, so if you need to listen to the meditation music for more than 1 minute, you can go back and listen to it as many times as you want. The same goes for the Clairaudient selection. If you want to listen to it more than once, you can go to the timestamp and click on it so that you can hear the tones more than once. You have the control over it to do what is most suited for you to choose your group or groups. So, introducing the groups now. Pile number 1 has the blue dice, and your crystal is this sodalite tower. I hope I pronounced it correctly. Pile number 2, you have the green dice, and your stone is this Mukite jasper. I like how every stone somehow color-wise fits in with their dice, because the Mukite jasper has greenish, the soul light is blue. And then pile number 3 with the orange dice, you have this arcanite, which is brown, but you can see that it is similar to orange. So I will leave you now for the 1 minute meditation, and I'll be seeing you later at your groups. See you! pile number 1, you chose the blue dice and the solar light tower, and this is going to be your reading. I will be putting this here so that we have enough room for all your cards, because it's going to be quite the space taking them with the 9 cards here. So I will be shuffling your cards, and I will probably fast forward this part so that you can see the card shuffling, but you don't have to wait for too long, because shuffling for 9 cards is going to take a while. So I will be seeing you when the cards shuffling is done. See you soon. back, pile number 1. So, it's quite the challenge here with the limited space that I have currently with the cards, but we are going to roll with it. So, we have here the roll with the mind, here the roll with the body, and here the roll with a spirit. So, the current state of your mind is represented by this card here. We have the 6 of Cups in reverse. As I am currently learning the meanings, I do have to excuse myself, but I will be reading a lot from the guidebook. And I am so sorry if you hear the alarm of, I don't know if this is a car or something, but this issue has happened before, and it is distracting to myself and annoying because I am sensitive to sounds. So if I lose it, it's because of that. But unfortunately, this will not get resolved as fast as I would hope to, because I think it was on Sunday, when it was having this alarm for constant, I think for more than half an hour, and I was peeving. I was so irritated, but yet it came back, and we don't know what it is. It's going on my nerves, and I hope that you don't hear it. But if you do, I'm so sorry. I have no control over it. So, the current state of your mind is the 6 of Cups in reverse. Yes. The keywords to this is clinging, attachment, and plurality. Childhood or the past is still a factor in your current life, but it is a negative factor. Something negative from your past will visit the present. You are clinging onto the past and nostalgia and unable to progress forward. When the 6 of Cups is upright, it suggests positive nostalgia, a positive childhood or memories. In reverse, the 6 of Cups suggests negative nostalgia, a difficult childhood or unpleasant memories. The card reverse could also indicate fertility issues in older women, or difficulties with disciplining children, or suggest a deep longing for children or childhood. Since this is the mind, I think your mind is currently clinging onto past memories, negative past memories, and playing them again and again in your head. It could be childhood memories, negative nostalgia, something that you're nostalgic but in a negative way. For a few, it could be that you are constantly thinking about wanting children, but having an issue with fertility. For those that are a parent and you already have the child, you may find you're constantly thinking about how to discipline your child because you're having difficulties with it. And some of you are also deep longing for children or a childhood. So your mind is currently occupied with this. And there is an issue coming from this because your mind is not free. It is not on a positive place. So this can be improved, and there is this issue here with your mind, and the issue is represented by Temperance, a major arcana. So this issue is quite big, pile number 1, as it is represented by the major arcana. And the major arcana is always something really important and a huge lesson is there to be gained from it. So the issue here is temperance. The key words for temperance upright are balance, forbearance, and attunement. Some call temperance the healing card. It denotes greater external or universal forces entering into our individual lives to right what is wrong, restore what was lost, cool what was too hot, heat up what was too cold, and temper our lives for balanced, harmonious health. The card is about internal balance. The Justice card indicates external balance. Temperance is the fusion of two contrasting elements and bringing them into harmony within the mind or the spirit. The Temperance card could also indicate that tempering is an important factor in dealing with your current situation. You need to reconcile two contrasting elements and bring them to harmony. Temperance and balance are the keys to resolve the matter at hand. If you are single and asking about love, no, we are not. Temperance urges you to examine your own behavior and the source of romantic complications. No, we are not talking about love. It is also not the current career situation, so we also don't have to look at this, because we see that it is about something that happened in the past. It is a memory. So the two goblets that the angel holds represents the higher level unconscious and lower level consciousness. The water poured between the two symbolizes reconciliation or temperance of the two. There is also an issue of whether the water flows from the higher cup to the lower with gravity, or from the lower up to the higher cup against gravity, against the laws of physics. Tempering the unconscious with the conscious will resolve our anxiety and depression. The moon suggests the repressed unconscious, whereas the temperance refers to the temperance between your known conscious and repressed unconscious, reconciling the two. The temperance calls to mind Freudian and Jungian concepts. The mountain peaks in the background are reminiscent of the psychoanalytic concept of the ego. The sun is the superego. Beneath it is the id, the rough terrain leading to the foreground water pool. The pool is the unconscious. The angel represents the conscious, with one foot dipped in the unconscious and the other on a part of the terrain that represents the pre-conscious. In the Temperance card, the angel expresses the balancing of the many tiers of awareness in the human mind. Note further the winding path from the water to the rising sun, suggesting a path toward epiphany or sighting of the first light of the divine. While the triangle symbol on the angel's chest denotes the element fire, it can also represent the primary Trinitarian force, which in Christian ideology is the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. In Judaism, Catholic, Kokma, and Bina, I'm sorry if I pronounced it wrong, and in Hinduism, Brahma, Vishnu, and Shiva. A triangle with a single point toward symbolizes the male energy, as depicted here on the angel, while a triangle with a single point downward would symbolize female energy. Combine the two triangles from the hexagram, which is significant across many Far Eastern and Abrahamic faiths. In notable 20th century texts, temperance is also referred to as the Time card. The name of the angel is Time. One of the cups the angel holds is the past, the other is the future. Remember, the stream between the two cups is the present. You see that it flows both ways. The element fire governs this card. Contributions associated with fire situation. Temperance is related to Sagittarius, the archer. Temperance corresponds with the planet, blah, blah, blah. What the issue is at hand, that you have trouble balancing out your mind. There is an imbalance between your unconscious and your conscious mind. And you need to find a common ground, as well as balancing your thoughts, because it is currently hung up on this negative past thing. But to get out of is that there is a need for you to balance your unconscious and your conscious mind. It could be that what happened in the past is unconsciously interfering with your current past now, and so as well with your future. And so the issue at hand with your mind is that it is unbalanced, and it needs to find a balance, a harmonious balance again. And for that, the solution for is the Lovers in reverse. And I need something to hide particularly parts here, because I do not want to get in trouble with YouTube. So this solution is the Lovers in reverse, which I find quite interesting that we have that card, because I more or less know the meanings of that one. So the keywords for the Lovers in reverse is temptation, interference, discord, more quandary. There may be interference with your affairs from a meddling third party. So there is someone, an in-law, a relative, or someone that is jealous of yourself, that is somehow meddling with your current mind. So if this is regarding maybe having children with your partner, it may be that your in-laws are putting forward into you that you are at fault for not being able to have children, and so they are meddling with your mental health, basically, because they are putting it down. So one way is to cut them off, and or not let what they say affect you, which is difficult, that I will admit, but it is something that is meddling here and needs to be gone away some. When the Lovers card in reverse, the symbol of relevance is the serpent. There is a serpent in your kingdom. If what this is from the past is somehow related to a relationship, it could be that you are uncertain or confused about this relationship. Your heart and mind are not aligned with that of the other person of this relationship, and that uncertainty has brought on by a meddling third party. So someone in your life is meddling with you and someone else probably, and this is causing a little bit of distress in your mind. They are planting seeds of doubt. Also, the card upright and reverse can both indicate a choice between vice and virtue and an ethical or moral quandary that you are facing. Upright may suggest that you are choosing what is ethical and moral to you. In reverse, it could be that you are falling into temptation and veer from your own standards of ethics and morality. So the solution to the issue here that you are not balanced is either be aware that there is a third party meddling with your current mental state and you need to step away from them, or there is a decision that you should make and you are tempted to go against your ethics and morality, and this here is a warning that you should probably is advised to pick up the more ethical and moral option here, because sometimes when you choose to be tempted by the temptation here from the Lovers, you will be seeing the Devil card later on, because the Devil card talks about having fallen into temptation and being bound by it because it has a grip. It is the consequences of the choices that we have made. So you have in your hands to make a different choice, or to step away from this meddling third party that is currently giving you a headache, and so you are unable to find balance again within your mind. So this is the current state of your mind with the issue and the solution that can help improve your current mindset. So we are now moving on towards your body here in the middle. So your body is currently represented by the Five of Wands upright. So let's see the Five of Wands. That's Cups. Four of Wands here. The Five of Wands. Upright keywords are competition, rivalry, and contention. There is a strong competition in your field of activity. The red and green pants symbolize a clash of ambitions, competition, or promotion, or more profit. Rather than work together in unity on a creative project, the team is fighting internally over materialistic squabbles. Contrast the Five of Wands with the Four of Wands, which showed success through teamwork. The Five of Wands is about infight. You are advised to be cautious of those around yourself, especially those on a team, at the workplace, or people who should otherwise be working collaboratively with you. Are these colleagues truly your allies, or are they competitors? Others may envy what you have, which leads to quarrels. There is a clashing of egos, most likely related to work, job, or school environment. Note that some have interpreted the five individuals in the card to represent five clashing facets of the self. This, rather than depicting literal clashing, it represents internal clashing within you. You are in contention with yourself over what goals to pursue or whether to pursue those goals. Either way, the Five of Wands is about infighting and stagnation in productivity resulting from that infighting. So in regards to the body, there is an internal fight going on within your body, point number one. since I cannot do health readings, as I'm not a professional and I have not the slightest idea how to do health readings with tarot cards, either your body is fighting currently something within it, like a virus or a bacteria, and you may have a cold and this is taking a toll on you. Or it could be that you are somehow fighting against your body. Like, how I imagine is like when you have a craving for something specific, but you are not giving it to that craving. Sometimes the body is trying to communicate with us through those cravings because it is in need of something that that particular thing has. Like, for example, there has been days when I felt the incredible need to eat eggs. And I don't know why I wanted to eat that hard-boiled egg, but I was like, okay, I have this craving. My body probably needs something out of this. So I went to hard-boil the egg, and I ate it. The craving went away, and my body was happy. So basically, I also used this spread on myself in the past before, and I saw that I did have a good relationship with listening to my body. I still had issues with it, of course, and a solution that I needed to work on it, because there's always room for improvement. But yeah, it looks like there is a fight going on internally. Either your body is trying to fight a bacteria or a virus and you are currently having a cold, or you are fighting against the urges that your body is giving you the signals of, hey, I need this, can you give it to me? So there is a fight going on within your body currently. Exactly what it is, I'm not sure. That is for you to know better, because it is your body. And you may have an inkling on what this fight could be. So the issue here is the Three of Cups in reverse. So let's see. Hedonism, indulgence, and sensualist. You are spending more time on play than work. The card is warning that too much pleasure could become pain. You rely too much on pleasure seeking. Your fullest talents remain dormant and are not being utilized. The card could also indicate that you think all has gone well and has rejoiced prematurely. Be careful, there is more to the story, and it's not necessarily happy news. The card could also indicate that you are sexually unhappy. When the Three of Cups appears in reverse, it suggests hedonism as a means of overcompensating for deep internal dissatisfaction or restlessness. Comparing while the Devil card is about giving in to temptation and the battle with one's inner demons, the Three of Cups in reverse is less severe and more indicative of procrastination or boredom. So either you could give your body too much of something, as we have here the indication of pleasure. So what is pleasurable to the body? It could be chocolate. It could be something that you can grow an addiction to it, like coffee. Something you are overgiving. The issue is if this is concerning about giving too much of something to your body, then it's that. Or it could be that you are, as the card has said, sexually frustrated, and your body is not satisfied. So I think I don't have to go more on this tangent because YouTube. But yeah, and if you are a minor, this is not your reading. All PickaCard readings on my channel are not for minors. So please proceed and go away. So, and there is also that it could be that you are procrastinating on something and you are bored, meaning that maybe your body also needs some sort of movement and you are procrastinating on workout and not moving your body, and so the body is feeling lethargic in a way. So this is the issues that I am picking up on, the meanings from the cards regarding putting into the context of the body. And the solution for that issue here is the Knight of Pentacles. So let's see, the Knight of Pentacles. Let's see what could be. The Knight of Pentacles, methodical, rational, stable, reliable. The Knight of Pentacles is a methodical, rational man. He is trustworthy, reliable, but perhaps not very imaginative. He lives a life of conventionalism. He may have a heavy, dull, or materialistic outlook. However, he is kind and gentle, and his soul is fundamentally good. He is someone whom others can count on to be financially stable. He will always take care of his loved one. In a reading for a young female asking about love, which we are not really, could indicate the appearance of a young man with foregoing qualities. Figuratively, could indicate impending action or active progress in the areas of finances, wealth, or property. However, while the other knight suggests swift action, the action of the Knight of Pentacles is slow and steady, but stable and assured. Of the four knights, the Knight of Pentacles is the one to count on, though the Knight of Pentacles is also the one most likely to be perceived as boring or plain vanilla. The Knight of Pentacles prefers the straight and narrow path. He would rather be safe than sorry. In prosperous times, others will complain that the Knight of Pentacles is prosaic, conservative, or overly cautious. Yet in tougher times, those same individuals will rush to rely on the resourcefulness of the Knight of Pentacles. In bad times, he is the one that can be counted on. Earth-dominant, the Knight of Pentacles is resourceful, utilitarian, and has more common sense than the chords of the other three suits. Could signify Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. So for those that this is talking about the sexual part of this thing, I think you should talk to your partner about this. Maybe there will be a solution that you both will find through your talks, because I think from what I have read here, the Knight of Pentacles is someone that will try to help you if you are in need. If this is talking about something else completely different, then this could mean that the Knight of Pentacles may help you with the finances, of helping you and your body. Like if you are in needing of medicine because you are currently having a cold and you are unable to go and buy the medicine because you are currently not financially stable. Maybe you have someone around you that you could ask for help with the finances part. But I think as well as that the solution to the issue is by having a plan and taking small steps towards it. Slow and steady, but stable and assured. So this is for you to make a decision on how you want to proceed. Having a plan and taking small steps towards that change. So this is everything that I have for the body part of this reading. So let's go and see how your spirit is faring. So your spirit is your current is represented by the King of Cups in reverse. The Cups is up here. Let's search for it. King of Cups reverse. Overwrought, distracted. You're being too emotional. You are experiencing difficulty in making decisions with conviction. You are always looking to others to see what they do first. In reverse, the card suggests someone who is being spiteful to someone else. You're feeling the need to engage in petty vengeance. Could indicate the negative influence of the King of Cups in your life, or that you are embodying the negative personality traits attributed to the King. The King of Wands can be hot-headed as a gut response to situations, but the bad temper of the King of Cups differs slightly. The King of Cups temper strays from spiritual centeredness as a result of internal instability or flux, whereas the King of Wands is just reactionary. So your spirit is currently a little bit out of balance. You are currently not centered in your spiritual beliefs, practices, maybe even. And so your spirit is currently not in a good mood in ways to speak a little bit more lightly, because feeling spiteful and being petty, I think with being in a bad mood could be the right choice of words as well. So there is a lack of centeredness here in your spirit, and it's in a bad mood currently. So let's see what the issue is. We have the Ten of Cups in reverse. The Ten of Cups in reverse is discord, broken family, shattered values, family-related disappointment. There may be discord in the domestic sphere. Quarrels within the family may cause breakage. The seeker could be sensitive to loved ones and not other words that you may regret later. However, if all the cards surrounding in this one in a spread are powerful positive, then this could indicate that happiness is to come, but there may be delay. Thus, the Ten of Cups in reverse isn't a bad omen. It simply means a few struggles are ahead before the fulfillment and happiness of the Ten of Cups upright may be had by you. A third possible meaning for this card is a warning. You are trying too hard to mold life into a perfect life according to a certain standard. Well, now this is making sense. Be content with the joys and relationships in your life already, even if they do not conform to a certain societal standards or expectations of the perfect life. Compare the Four of Wands Another card suggestive of domestic bliss is positive whether upright or reversed. However, the Ten of Cups is strongly positive upright, even more so than the Four of Wands, since the Ten of Cups represents the penultimate of contentment among family and friends. But in reverse, the Ten of Cups indicates discord and broken trust. In reverse, the Ten of Cups warns that you yourself are possibly tampering with harmony and taking actions that will sabotage your harmonious family life or relationships. Well, we did have here in the mind something about meddling of a third party, and maybe here the wish of having children but not being able to have that, and this is disturbing your mental health. It could be that your mind is also being too hard on yourself, because you have that in your mind that you need to have this perfect family, and a third party is making your life centered around this perfect family of being married, having kids, and that is the ultimate life goal. But this was something that happened in the past. In the past, this was something that was common. People went to work, got married, had kids. That was a stable life that they had previously, and it was thought that this was happiness. But modern times are different. If you are, it depends, of course. If you don't want to have children, you don't have to. You can be perfectly happy with just your life partner. And you don't have to mold into something that society and the norm is thinking, hey, it should be like this. No, it doesn't. This is old way thinking, because at that time this was this was the norm, this was the plan, because it was more stable. We are currently living in a world that is not that stable as it was back then, and we have more possibilities now than back then. You do not have to be in a perfect marriage with children to be happy. If you want to, a marriage could be without children. There are people that have decided to go against and have no children, and they are perfectly happy like that. I know of a few. So and there is, I think that the mind here that is constantly worrying about something is affecting your spirit as well. And this is the issue that came here, because when I was reading about trying so hard to mold life into the perfect life, and because you are wanting to meet those standards of something else, of a third party. So it could be probably that that your spirit is currently being affected by your mind as well. So now, coming from the background of being a Reiki Master teacher and the teachings of Reiki, we learned that the four bodies, the mental body, the physical body, the emotional body, and the spiritual body, they are intertwined within. When one is unbalanced, it will affect the other ones. So we have here your spirit body, your spiritual body, that is being affected probably because of your mental body, because there is a third party meddling here with what is happening, and I'm seeing that this is coming back here in your spirit. And the issue here with the Ten of Cups. So the solution to that, so that your spirit can be uplifted. Could I take this card? The Nine of Swords. Wow, this is interesting. I did not expect this card to come up here as a form of solution. Haunted, grieving, insomnia, troubled. You are haunted by a sense of loss, whether this sustaining or material loss in a given situation, or the intangible loss of a loved one. What's more, there is also a loss of sleep over the matter. Cutting thoughts disturb the secret that you are rest. You blame yourself for what has happened. You believe that the loss is your fault and could have been prevented somehow. With the Nine of Swords tells us that in fact what has happened to you was in a way inevitable. It was beyond your control. It was a loss that would have occurred one way or another. It simply had to happen for reasons you perhaps cannot perceive right now. There is a strong sense of force majeure in the Nine of Swords. The roses printed on the quilted blanket represent mystery and the alternative. Quilted pattern of astrological symbol suggests causes well beyond your personal control, a matter written in the stars, or at the very least caused by powers greater than yourself. Fences carved into the wood of the bed indicate that a combat took place, and you were not the victor. When one awakes from unsettling dreams and is caught in the haze between the conscious and unconscious, when you are unsure what is real or unreal, that feeling is what you feel at the moment. Note how the points of the Nine of Swords depicted on the cards extend out of you, suggesting that the total amount of damage is not yet sustainable at this time. So currently the solution is not yet in sight, because you are currently still going through the process of everything. And you are losing your sleep. So what is affecting your mind is affecting your spirit. It is affecting your sleep, and maybe that's why your body is in a constant fight, because it is fighting to stay awake. And you may be drinking a lot of coffee or energy drinks to keep yourself awake, and this is not really that good for your own body. So what I see, pile number one, is that the issue here is that in the whole reading, body, mind, and spirit, everything is somehow intertwined, but it is not over yet. You are able to take some plans to make your body feel better, but currently your spirit is still not, there is not yet a solution to the issue, because you are still going through the loss, the grieving, and you need to go through that first. You need to allow yourself to feel those feelings, and as well as the Swords is talking about the mind. And so we did have here the mind and your feelings here. So the spirit and the mind currently are connected to each other. So if you find the solution for one thing, the solution for the other thing will appear as well. But currently it's like you have to find first a solution to to bring your mind back into balance. And after you have done that, the solution for lifting up your spirits will come. But currently you are not in the mood for that. Currently you need to go through the process of those feelings and those thoughts, and slowly find progress in changing those things with small steps. It is that I am picking up from the cards. It is not an easy way to figure out exactly what it is meant to be, as the meanings, I have to take the meanings of the cards and interpret them into the whole body, mind and spirit system. But I do hope that it made somehow sense, and it was helpful to bring those things into your mind, so that you can afterwards try to make a plan on how to work on those things, so that you can find a balance between your mind, your body and your spirit again. So pile number 1, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that it was of help. I hope that you liked it. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best, and I hope that you will be able to find the solution to all the issues that you are currently being faced on. Thank you for sticking with me till the end, and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye. For number 2, you chose the green dice or the Mookite Jasper, and this is going to be your reading about your current energy. Because this is a 9-card spread, I will be shuffling a lot, so I will fast forward the shuffling so that you can watch it, but you don't have to wait so long for everything to happen. So I will be moving this fast. It's going to be fast forward, so we will see you after I've shuffled the cards. See you later. So, welcome back, pile number 2. I shuffled the cards. They were lively today. Pile number 1s were a little bit more on the softer side because they were flying all over the places. Yeah, so let's get started with the mind. Then we have the body and then the spirit. So the current state of your mind is represented by the Six of Cups in reverse, the same card as pile number 1, which is quite interesting. Let me look at the guidebook because I'm still learning the meanings, the correct ones for the system. So keywords for the Six of Cups in reverse are clinging, attachment, plurality. Childhood or the past is still a factor in current life, but it is a negative factor. Something negative from your past will visit the present. You are clinging onto the past and nostalgia, unable to progress forward. When the Six of Cups is upright, it suggests positive nostalgia, positive childhood or memories. In reverse, the Six of Cups suggests negative nostalgia, a difficult childhood or unpleasant memories. The card reverse could also indicate fertility issues in older women or difficulties with disciplining children, or suggest a deep longing for children or childhood. So your mind is currently clinging onto the past, on maybe negative experiences that you have. It could be also for some that you are thinking about wanting to have children, but it is currently quite difficult to do that, or you already have children and you are finding it difficult to discipline them, and that's on your mind, or you are longing to have children or for your own childhood back then. So you are currently caught up in the past, but in a negative sense, like it is not doing you good. And the issue that you have is the Nine of Wands in reverse. So let's get a look at it. The Nine of Wands in reverse is keywords are exhaustion, battle, depletion. You feel like you're battling against the world to defend what belongs to you and is exhausted from you are exhausted from the fight. There is a sense of one's energy being depleted from battle. You feel at the brink of giving up. You are losing energy and losing your inner fire. The card indicates the result of what happens if you have not heeded the warning of the card upright. You are now exhausted from fighting. You must find another way to reconcile things. While the Nine of Wands upright is about a person who won't acknowledge that inner exhaustion, the Nine of Wands in reverse indicates a person who has collapsed from that exhaustion. The Nine of Wands in reverse also has a message for you. Instead of standing on guard and being defensive of what you have attained in the past, you must let it go and progress forward, explore into the beyond, and learn to be more actively engaged, to be on the offensive in one sense, and acquire rather than merely protect. So it looks like there has been an inner fight with your mind, and you are exhausted from thinking about that past, about struggles or fighting. It could be that you are fighting the negative thoughts from coming up all the time with positive thoughts and affirmations and so on and so forth, and you are starting to be depleted. Maybe you are defending something in regards to your thoughts, all the time and you are not moving forward. You are like stuck in this cycle. And as it was said here, it is time for you to let go and progress forward. To not be on the defensive, but more on the offensive in a way. Like whenever these thoughts come up, you may be defensive or finding excuses instead of doing something to move forward from it, is somehow what I'm getting from the meanings of the cards. Let's see, the solution to the issue here is the Four of Cups, which is quite interesting to have as a solution. Let's see what this means. The Four of Cups upright. Introspection, contemplation, dissatisfaction. It is time for personal re-evaluation and internal reflection. The theme here is discontent. You have wanted more or something different from your circumstances and environment. The Four of Cups is about disappointment in the status quo or dissatisfaction with what you have or has accomplished to date. As a result, you need to reflect inward and re-evaluate the path you are taking. Why has there been disappointment? What is the cause of the discontent? This card is advice to you to close off from the outside world, the world that has been disappointing you, and devote more time to introspection. You need a purpose and aim in order for you to advance toward accomplishment. At this time, you are evaluating what your purpose is. You have reached a stage in life where you are trying to understand the self. The Hermit, the major arcana, is a card about a conservator of wisdom. Here the Four of Cups is about re-evaluating personal choices. The Hermit is re-evaluating and reflecting on something deeper, more spiritual. Here the Four of Cups suggests a sense of inertia? I have no idea how to pronounce that. The seeker is using apathy as a defense mechanism. Due to your discontentment, you are withdrawing from society or social engagement. You are rejecting new offers and new opportunities. The imagery of the Four of Cups calls to mind the Buddha meditating under a bodhi tree to attain enlightenment. That imagery as applied to the card represents the finding of one's personal connection to the collective unconscious, to sit at the source of knowledge and find one's place in the world. You are looking inward for deliverance. However, the omission of a halo around the figure depicted on the Four of Cups is significant. With the Four of Cups, your introspection pertains to trying to determine what the next step should be. So you are quite dissatisfied with how things are, and for you to be able to find a solution to the issue, to the exhaustion that you have, you need to reevaluate the path that you have taken, why you are dissatisfied, why you are not content, what you can do to feel the happiness and the spark again that you have lost somewhere around here. Yeah, that is for the mind part. Now let's go to the body. This is the card that represents the current state of your body. We have the Four of Wands, which is a good card. As I say, and there's still card for an issue and the solution, because there is always room for improvement. So the Four of Wands upright keywords are prosperity, concord, familial bliss. The Four of Wands denotes harvest, a warmth, hearth, a peace in the domestic sphere. The two figures depicted in the card are often interpreted by contemporary practitioners as a happy married couple. However, note that in White's seminal work, Pictorial Key, he explained that the two figures are both women. If you are in a romantic relationship, it may end in marriage. The card also suggests happiness within one's community. Generally, it is a card of balanced, harmonious success. May indicate work and career success accomplished through teamwork. Overall, the Four of Wands is a great card that suggests work-life balance. There is harmony between the internal and external spheres. Here in the Four of Wands, a young or nuclear family will enjoy prosperity, productivity, and concord, whereas in the Ten of Pentacles, there is a sense that the prosperity is multi-generational and also perhaps more material in nature. The Four of Wands is a stronger reference to well-balanced inner happiness. So looks like the state of your body is good. Your body is content. You are working in accordance with it. Like when you have a craving of some sort of food, you know that it is because there is something that your body needs from that specific type of nurture. Sorry, my mind went blank here. About that specific type of food or beverage. So everything is well balanced and harmonious, but of course there is always room for improvement. That's why there is an issue here with the Ten of Pentacles. Well, what is this? This is not an issue. We did have the Ten of Pentacles saying here in almost the last sentence. Here in the Four of Wands, a young or nuclear family will enjoy prosperity, productivity, and concord, whereas in the Ten of Pentacles, there is a sense that the prosperity is multi-generational and also perhaps more material in nature. So, well, speaking of the devil, when we were at the Four of Wands, we have the Ten of Coins, Pentacles here. So let's see what it means. Stability, aliens, aristocracy, urbanity, prestige. The Ten of Pentacles represents dynasty. It represents a financial, stable, and secure family. That family will gain long-lasting wealth and prosperity, pinnacle of success. This card typically appears in spreads for someone who is from a thriving family business or come from a family of wealth or financial stability. There is a good pedigree, good family reputation. There is also a strong patriarch at the family, and the family is enjoying the fruits of the patriarch's hard work. Dogs indicate faithfulness and domesticity. The Ten of Pentacles can also suggest the acquisition of power through family alliances. So it looks like your body is in a good shape because you have good DNA, is what I'm getting from this. It's not really an issue. Maybe taking it a little bit on a stretch here, maybe the issue is that you are paying a lot of, using a lot of material stuff and like body creams, whatever is there are to help the body, and you are maybe spending a little bit too much on those stuffs that may not be really necessary. that is a little bit of a stretch. I have to admit. But yeah, let's see, what is the solution to whatever this issue is? The Hanged Man in reverse. So quite the important lesson here, as it is a major arcana. Let's see the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man reversed. Keywords are selfishness, martyrdom, persecution. You're being too self-righteous. You think yourself as a martyr, but is caution not to confuse martyrdom with selfishness. False idols, false prophet, false spirituality. You are preoccupied with appearing holy, but the material and superficial are governing. The Hanged Man in reverse could also indicate that you are too preoccupied with material issues, that you are neglecting your spiritual development. You have been persecuted by others in some way, but is so focused on that persecution that you are not approaching the matter with wisdom and grace. You must perceive and accept that persecution as your opportunity for spiritual ascension, rather than allow that persecution to force you into a state of self-pity. The Hanged Man in reverse could be a message to you to forgive those who have unjustly wronged you. It is not for you to administer judgment, vengeance, or penance. Let the wheel of fortune turn on its own accord. So either maybe that there has been an issue regarding you spending a lot of stuff for your body in care, and maybe your family has spoken up about it and you have not accepted what they have said, and that's why the solution to this is for you to reflect upon your actions and see maybe there was some sort of truth, because you are too focused on the materialistic. Like it's reminding me of someone that that claims that the most expensive cream of the world is the best out there, when in fact sometimes the most the cheapest one is the one that suits you better, because it is for your body type or skin type. Like, not always what the advertisement says is true, because if whatever all the time the advertisement would say that the cream is really going to make those wrinkles go away, the company would lose money, because when the wrinkles are gone, why should you use the cream again? And so they would not gain more material stuff. So most of the time those beauty products help in a way, but only for a little bit, and you keep buying and buying those things because it's not really showing the effect that we want, but it would be dumb of the company to make a product that you would use one time and never again, and so they would never make the amount of money again that they wanted. So that is the only kind of explanation that I'm coming up with the 3 cards that we have here for the body. Maybe you found something different while I was reading the guidebook and came to a different kind of conclusion that I am not aware of, because you know your body and what you do the best. I'm just here to help maybe bring this more into awareness. So that is the part of the body. Now we will move on to the spirit, and your current spirit is described as the Page of Coins in reverse. Where is it? The Page of Coins. Here. So, keywords are materialism, superficiality, receipt of financial news. In reverse, the Page of Pentacles can point to someone who tends toward material excess, someone who is wasteful. Yeah, so your spirit is suffering with maybe you being too wasteful with the stuff that you are buying for your body. Because this is a she has an unhealthy fondness for luxury and maybe overly materialistic, not responsible with money. Could also indicate a young female in your life who embodies the qualities. Nope, this is not, but yeah. You are currently too materialistic and superficial and have been spending too much stuff, and this is affecting your spirit. And so I can see that the body and spirit here is intertwined with each other, because coming from the Reiki practice as a Reiki Master teacher, I have learned that the emotional body, the mental body, the physical body, and the spiritual body, they are interlaced with each other. So, for example, if you are under a lot of stress for a long time period, this could have a strain on your body. In my case, when I'm under a lot of stress and anxiety, I get gastritis. So it affects my stomach in a physical way. So the same goes for your spiritual body. If there is an unbalance in one of those things, it will affect the other. So by you being too materialistic here and not focusing on spirituality, and you want the luxury and other stuff, it's taking a toll on your spirit. Then I have been here talking without knowing what the issue is. We have here the Hierophant. The Hierophant upright. Tradition, conventionalism, institutionalism. The Hierophant card suggests conformity as a prevailing impulse. To conform, one must repress certain aspects of oneself that are different from others. So you are suppressing something. Hence, the Hierophant card is also about concealment. It can represent deception, the concealment or distortion of truth. It can suggest a good intention to protect, but a negative result from those good intentions, because a person should never assume that they know better than another and therefore try to protect or shield someone else from knowledge. We are not the keeper of others. Either you, out of good intention, is withholding the truth from someone else because you want to protect that person, or someone is withholding the truth from you, albeit out of good intention, to protect you. In either case, the result will be negative and will hurt you more than it helps. Knowledge should be accessible to all. The Hierophant also reminds that it reminds you that the pressure to conform may cause stigma. Individuals should be free to be their true selves. With the pressure to conform comes persecution, often unfair persecution of others who have chosen not to conform. Thus, there is a dark undertone to the Hierophant. The theory behind the dark interpretation of the Hierophant is that the card was inspired by Pope Clement V, who persecuted the Knights Templar in the 1300s and allowed for their execution. Generally, the card represents the orthodox institution in power and the subjection or even oppression of those who stray from that orthodoxy. It is about groupthink over individuality. Also note that sometimes the Hierophant can indicate that institutions are related to the matter at hand. You may be dealing with organized institutions or be a leader in such organized institution. If you are a leader in an organized institution, then the card is a cautionary message to you to not pressure members to conform. The traditional meaning ascribed to the Hierophant is that of sanctum sanctorum, or that which has been ascribed as holy. If the emperor is about having authority from government or the father, then the Hierophant is about having authority from the divine. The Hierophant represents the theological quinary, the number of religion and faith. Upright, the Hierophant represents orthodoxy, conforming to what is the present norm, membership in the majority, and having the approval of those in power. Note that in reverse, the Hierophant represents The Hierophant is a holy man, an important figure in his society, the interpreter of sacred mysteries. People rely on him to be a channel between heaven and earth. In a ring, the card typically indicates a desire to follow conventions and norms as traditionalists, one who holds traditional values. Perhaps you are placing too much importance on social and societal approval. There is an indication toward group identification. Perhaps there is a bondage to societal conventions. You are trying to observe what society deems is right. The High Priestess is associated with mystical and metaphysical possessions of wisdom and divine knowledge. The Hierophant is about pedagogy of wisdom and divine knowledge. The Hierophant denotes ecclesiastical authority. If the Hierophant represents orthodox, then the High Priestess represents the heterodox. The High Priestess is connected to the Hierophant in a similar way to the connection between the Empress and the Emperor. The element Earth governs this card. Attributions associated with Earth will represent the external forces at play in your situation. Yin energy is dominant. The Hierophant could also relate to the sign Taurus and time-wise denote the period of April 20th to May 20th. So looks like the issue here is that you are trying too hard to fit into the box of the norm and society, and this is taking a toll on your spirit because it wants to be more individual. It wants to express itself differently from the norm, and that is the issue at hand. Is what I have gained from reading that. It is what has stroked me now. It was the thing that was more highlighted by anything else other than that. So you are suffering, your spirit is suffering because you are trying to fit into the norm. That, yeah, everyone is doing this thing, so I have to do this too so that I can fit in. But your spirit is not happy because it lost its individuality, which is what it wants the most. So now on to the solution to this issue is the King of Swords. The King of Swords, where are you? The King of Swords. Keywords are intellectual, analytical, stern, orderly. The King of Swords presents a stern demeanor, military mind, and intelligence. He appears dispassionate and detached from others. I'm sorry. Wrong pipe. My saliva went to the wrong pipe. So, back to where I was. He appears dispassionate and detached from others. He is intellectual, analytical, and exudes articulate masculine energy. The King of Swords thrives in the world of logic, facets, and rationality, but has a tendency to be too rigid. This is an adult man in the military, or a judge, or a man of extremely high discipline with an analytical mind. A man firm with friends and firm with enemies. He also can be overcautious. The king is a wise counselor. Sometimes in his mind he believes he has made a fair judgment, but it is not. He is a man of action. Figuratively, could indicate leadership or effective management in the areas of politics and your ambitions. Often misunderstood and undervalued because he is anything but the salesman type. He is a guardian of social order. Like the Knight of Swords, the King of Swords expects himself to uphold a rigid code of conduct. But he does not stop there. He also expects everyone around him to uphold the same rigid code. From French playing card tradition, the King of Swords is said to correspond with the righteous and fair warrior King David of Judeo-Christian mythos. Like the Queen of Swords, the King of Swords is accompanied by a single black bird flying in the sky behind him, representing his higher thought and intelligence. And like the Queen, he sits on a throne depicted butterflies, suggesting metamorphosis. He is a man who is bound to go through profound changes through the various stages of his life. Air dominant, the King of Swords is ambitious, sometimes controversial, prone to steer controversy with his word. A bit argumentative, but a rational, intelligent, bright, and articulate individual. Could signify Libra, Aquarius, or Gemini. So either you need to, for the solution to the issue, either you need to step into the characteristics of the King of Swords, or you need to find someone that has the characteristics of the King of Swords to help you with the issue at hand that you are trying to conform in fit into a box where you have lost a little bit of your individuality. So yeah, pile number 2, this is everything that I have for you about your current energy. I hope that it was of help and could bring some awareness to you. I hope that you liked it. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. I wish you all the best and I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye! Hi, pile number 3, you chose the orange dice or the Argonite, and this is going to be your reading of your current energy. I will be fast forwarding this part of the shuffling because it is 9 cards that I have to shuffle out, and it's going to take a while. And so for you not to get bored and to find this dreading of long card shuffling, I will be moving this a little bit faster. So I will be seeing you when the cards are shuffled. Let's see you soon. Welcome back, pile number 3. So I have shuffled the cards, and you are the first group to get 2 cards for one space here. So that's quite the interesting thing that happened. So we are going to start with the mind, then the body, and last the spirit. So your mind is currently represented by the Justice card. So, and I will be going to the guidebook to look at it, because I'm still learning the correct meanings of the system of this deck. Well, basically the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. So let's see. The keywords are equilibrium, equity, fairness, legality. The theme of justice is in external balance. The Justice card can suggest that balance will be restored in your life, or that there is balance to the conditions in your life, but it is hard for you to see that at the moment. Let me take a sip of water, because I'm feeling my throat being scratchy. The outcome that will best bring balance to your life is the one that should occur. Consider the theme of equilibrium or judgment and how it applies to the situation at hand. Comparing the temperance indicates internal balance. Justice may indicate that justice, fairness, and a detached impartiality are critical influences or factors in the current situation. The curtains symbolize a separation of states of consciousness. A traditional interpretation of the Justice card is the presentation of a decision that needs to be made by you. You are urged to make that decision fairly, with impartiality and with integrity. Like the Lover's card, ethics is relevant to the matter at hand. Comparing the Lovers is about making an ethical decision that involves you. The Justice card is about making an ethical decision that involves an external condition, others who matter to you, or a situation outside of you. The Justice card could indicate that lawsuit will be won or disputes resolved upright. The verdict that is rendered will be fair to you. In reverse, the verdict that is rendered will seem unfair, but is in fact the objective fair decision. Consider Newton's third law of motion. To every action there is always an equal and opposite reaction, or the forces of two bodies on each other are always equal and are directed in opposite directions. When you have exerted a particular force, there will be another force exerted against it, on one equal in magnitude and opposite in direction. That will create the external equilibrium in your life that is needed in the given situation. The Wheel of Fortune card, which suggests the karmic turns of life, the balance of or equilibrium beyond your immediate control. The Wheel of Fortune is about the universe adherence to the laws of motion. Justice is about the personal adherence within the confined scope of your life. Justice is about human-made balance and equilibrium. It is about human-made justice. Thus, it could indicate court or legal proceedings in certain instances. It can also indicate the consequences of our decision and actions. What is fair will feel fair. Note further what the nature of the justice is. It is human-created justice, not divine justice. The laws of man are at play, not the laws of nature or the laws of the divine. Comparing the Wheel of Fortune, which suggests a greater divine justice affecting your situation, the concept of human-made justice system is symbolized in the curtain that has hung up behind the sitting figure, as if covering or shielding the yellow light of the natural world Hence, many tarot practitioners interpret the Justice card to suggest influences of the legal system, of the literal application of laws. The element air governs the card, and so on and so forth. So it looks like your mind is currently balanced because the outside world of you is in a state of balance. So the external forces are currently what is making your mind that balance. But there is always room for improvement, and that's why we have the issue still here. And the issue with the mind currently is the King of Swords in reverse. Oops, let me look and search for the card. So the King of Swords in reverse, keywords are malice and yielding. The King of Swords in reverse suggests ruthless action, malice, and warnings of ulterior motives. There may be evil intentions from others. Someone is not acting with integrity. The King of Swords is in reverse denotes destructive, self-serving ambition. The card could also indicate a literal man in your life who is having a negative influence on you. Look to neighboring cards and also the location in the spread to determine whether it should take on a literal or figurative meaning. So there is either someone that is influencing you negatively because they have an ulterior motive and malice, but somehow your mind is calm because it knows that a justice is fair. So it could be that you are currently in a lawsuit and you know that you can trust the legal system to take care of everything, and that's why your mind is more or less at peace and balanced. But the factor of the issue is still present, and the solution to that suggested is the Hierophant in reverse. The Hierophant. Here. The Hierophant. Keywords when reversed: non-conformity, unorthodox, bohemian, existentialist. In reverse, the Hierophant indicates non-conformity. The card in reverse is about seeking freedom and liberation from conformity. You take the unconventional path through life. You will often find yourself in the minority rather than the majority. Yet, the Hierophant in reverse is considered a good omen card. It indicates an existentialist personality, someone who operates staunchly by self-determination. All the greats in history, especially the prophets, represent the Hierophant in reverse, spirits who dared to be unconventional. When the Hierophant appears in reverse, this could indicate that part of the solution for you is to stop going along with the conventions of society. Do not try to gain societal approval. What is right or righteous should be defined and guided by you only, not others, and not society. The Hierophant in reverse could also suggest that you have had a non-traditional education or upbringing. Overall, there is a sharp divergence from traditionalism and conformity when the Hierophant appears in reverse. Upright, the Hierophant speaks to a person who relies on another, a figure of authority or institution, to define for you what is right and wrong, and you are attempting to conform to that definition. In reverse, the Hierophant speaks of a person who defines right and wrong by self-determination. So basically what I have read is the solution to the thing, to not try to get societal approval, but think for yourself what is right and what is wrong. And sometimes it needs to be a little bit more on the unorthodox way, the unconventional ways. But yeah, that's the part for your mind. Now moving on to the body. Your body is currently, it is represented by the Four of Pentacles. The Four of Pentacles, miser, frugality. The Four of Pentacles is the miser card. You have fortune and prosperity and yet is impoverished because of your attitude. Your own material comfort is the obstacle. It is holding you back from happiness. You must detach from yearnings for earthly power or money. Be more generous and open. While you possess an excellent gift for money management, you are also very miserly and too frugal. The misalliance is causing emptiness. You're not happy in spite of the material wealth you have. You are too possessive over his or her material wealth. The royal coin on the figure's head symbolizes someone whose thoughts are weighed down by material concerns. The coin over the chest symbolizes feeling insecure and hoarding possessions protectively, attempting to cover the heart with a shield of gold. The coins by the feet show one who walks the path of Aries. I don't know how to pronounce that. You are probably working in the city, in an urban setting, or constantly surrounding yourself with people and material pleasure, leaving no time or room for spirituality and reflection. The red robes of the men in the image indicate ambition. You are encouraged to consider doing some charity work, as in the Six of Pentacles, or to give back to the community. You will find happiness by doing so. To understand the meaning of the card of Four of Pentacles might be compared to the character Ebenezer Scrooge and the lesson that Scrooge must learn in Charles Dickens' A Christmas Carol. This is a seeker who counts their gold by the coin and holds each one tightly and firmly. You are urged to be more open-hearted and to consider what other gains can be found other than the material. On the other hand, the Four of Pentacles might suggest new money, or someone who was not always fortunate. As a result of your past misfortunes, you are now insecure about fortune and approach life with a miserly attitude. The Four of Pentacles is about teaching a person who has experienced past misfortunes to not lose heart in a reading about Okay, looks like you're not giving enough to your body. You are being a little bit too strict with it. Like, for example, you are on a diet. A specific diet. I don't know about diets often, if I'm honest. I eat what my body is craving when it is craving, to give it what it needs. So there is a specific diet maybe that you are going through, are taking, that takes some sort of nutrition away from the whole palate, and your body is craving that one thing, but you are not giving it to it because either it is too expensive, or you think that it would destroy your whole diet that you have. But from my experience, by listening to my body, the body is telling you this because it needs something out of the food or beverage. Like sometimes I have a craving for eggs because there is something in the hard-boiled egg that my body is needing, and so I go and hard-boil my egg to eat it so that my body can take the vitamins, proteins, whatever it is that is needing out from it so that it can function. But you are currently not doing it because you are scared that it will be either a financial loss, or you are too protective of your body and the diet that you think that if you take a misstep in a form, that it is going to be, you're going to be unsafe, but you are not. So that is somehow the current state of your body, and the issue at hand is the Eight of Pentacles. Looks like you are working a lot. Could be working out. Is what I thought the first time I saw the card. Aspiration, apprenticeship, natural gifts in craft. The Eight of Pentacles appears to someone who is studying the arts. However, you are still an apprentice. This is a card about aspirations. You are a perfectionist when it comes to your work, methodical in their craft. You show great promise in becoming a highly skilled artisan. This is a card of diligence, hard work, and how attention to the detail will pay off and reward you later. You are on the right track. The card can also indicate gainful employment. The card suggests someone who possesses natural talent or gift in their craft. The Eight of Pentacles often appears in a reading for those who are aspiring to turn their arts craft into a small business venture. The Three of Pentacles is about the master artisan who is gaining recognition for his or her craft. The Eight of Pentacles shows the apprentice artisan who is still working hard at perfection in their craft. While the Three of Pentacles is about proportionately more recognition than effort, the Eight of Pentacles is about proportionally more effort than recognition. Note how many pentacles the apprentice has crafted in this card and hung up for display, and yet no one is around to admire their work. So it looks like you are still working on perfecting your craft when it comes regarding to your body, and you have done a lot of things, but you have not gained the recognition. Maybe the recognition from yourself even. Like you have not acknowledged the hard work that you have already put into it. And this the solution suggested here is the Hermit. The Hermit. Where is the Hermit? The Hermit. Wisdom, erudition, mentorship. Wisdom is offered. In a practical application, the theme of the card is guidance and mentorship. The Hermit is the card of both neophyte, initiates, and prophet. Someone wiser than you is offering good counsel. That counsel is correct. You should accept the advice. Be open to advice from those who are wiser. The staff that the Hermit holds in his left hand symbolizes supernal command that transcends the physical realm and the 5 physical senses. The Hermit is also about introspection. The Hermit can indicate an introvert or someone who is embracing solitude. You're turning attention and focus inward. Four of Cups, which indicates the need, start, or attempt to turn attention inward, but external distractions are preventing you from doing so. Here the Hermit is filled with wisdom and indicates a meditative philosophical turn of attention inward, where you are turning inward in the Four of Cups out of past disappointment. You are turning inward in the Hermit in order to seek enlightenment or spiritual ascension. The Hermit is a guardian of higher thoughts and contemplation. In the Four of Cups, the seeker, you may be licking wounds. In the Hermit, you are either the mentor or beacon of wisdom for others, or you are the one who should accept the wisdom of their mentor. To determine which applies to you, look to the neighboring cards in the spread. There are two ways of interpreting the light and lantern. Some suggest that it represents wisdom and the shining of light in the darkness for others. Another is to interpret the light and lantern as representing someone who sees the world through their own light. The Hermit walks in the direction of his own thoughts only. He is not a traditionalist. You are unorthodox in the path taken, usually one of solitude. There is also speculation that the Hermit is inspired by Peter the Hermit, a key figure during the First Crusades. The Hierophant is about orthodox wisdom. The Hierophant is the unorthodox solitary path to wisdom. Another reference associated with the Hermit is Saint Francis of Paola and the Hermits of Saint Francis, an order of Medicine friars, later known as the Minim friars, a namesake that describes their vows of humility. In drawing an interpretive connection between the Hermit card and Saint Francis, the Hermit indicates the path of non-violence and compassion with the light and lantern, affirming to you that such a path is the way to respond to your present situation. It also suggests a gift of prophecy, as was associated with Saint Francis. The light and lantern is pointing the way to what is to come. Look to any neighboring cards in the spread that the lantern seems to draw attention to, as these cards may suggest a prophetic matter that will be a great revealance. Wow, haha. So, what was more highlighted to me is by accepting advices from others. So, maybe try to listen to others, as well as going into the introspection and listening to your inner self as well, because it does have the wisdom that is required for finding the solution to the issue at hand. So that is basically it for the body. Now going to the spirit, being represented as the Two of Cups in reverse. Man, I'm tired, and I don't know why. Well then, in reverse, the Two of Cups, imbalance, quarreling, misunderstanding. There is a loss of balance in a relationship, be it romantic, social, or professional relationship. There's mutual distrust, but there should not be. Instead, there is simply misunderstandings that the two parties must work out. There may be temporary conflicts with one that you regard highly. If married, there is tension in the marriage, but the tensions can be smoothed out with open communication. Generally, the Two of Cups in reverse is about a misunderstanding in a relationship. In a question about work, severed bonds with former allies may cause obstacles to commerce. To improve your situation, he or she must seek out a strong alliance. A strong, sincere alliance will ensure your prevails. So, maybe there was a fight with someone. It could be the person here that is the issue in the mind, because body, mind, spirit, and emotions are connected with each other. Oh, goodness, why am I yawning so much? I don't know. I did a lengthy reading for pile number 2 previously to your group, so maybe it's already taking a toll on me energetically. So maybe the fight that you had, that was this King of Swords, is maybe affecting your spirit, and that's why you are unhappy about the fight, but it happened because of a misunderstanding. And so your spirit is a little bit on the sadder, is a little bit more sad and more what could you say, what was it again, distrusting, when it should not be, as stated in the card. But let's take a look at the issue here. We have the Page of Swords and the Eight of Cups. So someone walked away from the situation, and that is the issue. Let's see. The Page of Swords. The Page of Swords, ambitious, judicious communication. The Page of Swords is an aggressive but graceful young woman. She is a strong intellectual with great capacity for learning, great potential for diplomacy, and likewise great potential for becoming a fighter. However, that is also her character flaw. She is too quick to judge others or situations. She is quick to fight others and be confrontational, even hostile if she does not get her way or when people disagree with her. And that's the issue at hand. There has been a fight, and because of some sort of misunderstanding, and that's why your spirit is currently in this state. And it's coming up again with the Page of Swords here. On the other hand, she's a warrior who would make a great fighter. She is who you want as an ally in a war. In a reading for someone asking, no, we are not asking about love. Figuratively could indicate receipt of news or messages regarding politics or ambitions. Blackbirds flying in the sky not only represent the ability to turn adversity into opportunity, but also symbolize higher intellect and high ideals. Dominant Page of Swords is someone ambitious, sometimes controversial, prone to steer controversy with her words. A bit argumentative, but rational, intelligent, bright, and articulate individual. Maybe this could be you, or it is representing the person that walked away with the Eight of Cups that we have here. So, getting more information from the Eight of Cups here is abandonment, detachment, spiritual journey. There has been an abandonment of past fruits. The Eight of Cups is about a soul-searching journey, ascending to high emotional ground. You are leaving behind something or something you have spent much effort and care to nurture or develop. There was disappointment in the past undertaking, and thus you have abandoned your previous work. Note how carefully stacked the goblets are. However, you are leaving it behind on your own terms at will. So you have been the person that has walked away on your own terms. And this may have affected your spirit. You are looking for more than material success, a search for a higher meaning. The card may also indicate a charitable, beautiful, or kind personality. You are on a spiritual journey. The waning crescent moon suggests a release, banishment, or a period of deep reflection. The full moon, coupled with the man's red cloak and red boots, suggests power, strength, and transformation. This is the time for a change, a period of solitude. The rocky waters suggest disturbance in the consciousness. The narrative of the Eight of Cups may call to mind the story of Prince Siddhartha, who left his castle and royalty for the ascetic life to eventually become awakened to the Buddha. The card also resonates with Muhammad, the last prophet who left behind the life of a merchant to receive revelations from God. Note that the only other times that a face appears in astronomical elements are in the moon and the sun. The anthropomorphism here suggests the human association of our environment and work to a greater purpose or higher meaning. So instead of following through the path of ambitions, you have left that behind of your own will, because you are in the seek of something that makes you happier, of something that is more spiritual fulfilling. And this may have caused a misunderstanding with someone and a fight, and thus your spirit is a little bit the only way I can see this is sad, even though the Two of Cups does not represent sad. It gives me a feeling of sad. So the solution that is suggested here is, the 5 of Pentacles. I'm so sorry that I'm yawning so much. Pile number 3. I do not know why I'm yawning so much. Either I am releasing some sort of energy of you, or I am more exhausted than I have anticipated. So let's wrap this up with the last card so that I can get rest and not annoy you with my constant yawning. So the 5 of Pentacles in reverse talks about rehabilitation, rebound, refurbish. There will be economic or financial revival after past hardships and instability. Rebound. You are entering a recovery period. There is rehabilitation of your financial situation. You must refurbish yourself after recent losses. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse indicates you who is recovering from a winter season, though it is not yet the figurative spring for you. There was loss in business or profession, but it is time to cut losses. It is now time for rebounding. You must use greater efforts to bring recovery to your business or profession. You are now slowly recovering from the lowest point in finances. Continue to be conservative and things will begin to improve. While the 5 of Pentacles upright might suggest divine intervention, in reverse it does not. The 5 of Pentacles in reverse suggests that you will have to dig your way out of this one by human diligence alone. So basically saying that you have to make the efforts to recover from this loss and sadness in a way, because you were the person that did this, so you have to rebound and rehabilitate from what you have done. So basically the solution to that is for you to start healing and rebound yourself, and to start taking action on recovering from what has happened. So pile number 3, this is everything that I have for you. I hope that you liked it. I hope that it was of help. I hope that it brought you a little bit more of awareness. I wish you all the best. Thank you for sticking with me till the end. And I will be seeing you in my next video. Bye bye!